Classic in 2019, and considering that Vincent is only 16, 17 years old, he has improved since then. He has the amazing Peter Leko as a trainer as well, which certainly helps you get educated in the ways of chess. So without any further ado, let's get the game going. And knight c3. I'm gonna go for the same weird Nimzo line that I had earlier today against Vaishali. And f3. Vincent is generally very well versed theoretically, but unless he had an emergency session with Leko earlier today, I'm not sure he would know this line. And what was I going to say? Yeah, it's not a line most people play, but it's fine. Okay, he's positional. He's gone h6 before castling. Well, he's not going to castle clearly after the move h6, so then I would just go g4, g5. But yeah, it's a sign of a classical player. What should I do now? Knight g3 probably, just develop. I think he still probably shouldn't castle kingside, because the pawn, even without g5, g4, g5, there still will be problems based on the fact that he's what was I saying? I forgot how to speak. It's a bit worrying. It shouldn't happen for another 80 years or so. Okay, I don't want to go d5. DC takes bishop e2, bring the knight around. Is that an option? Let's try it, just to do something a little bit different. This looks extremely anti-positional, but I think there is some point to it, since I will get the knight to e3 and then d5, but yeah, probably not very convincing. King f2, rook d1. This wasn't very strong. This was probably pretty weak. King b7 now. Yeah, I just messed this up. Why did I even go rook d1? Yeah, this is bad. And I don't have time either. Okay, it's even worse. I gotta go f4 now. Try and create some counterplay with my bishops. But this has been a typical Vincent game. He plays very classically, very positionally, and he's made me look like a fool so far. There's no two ways about it. Bishop h5. Don't know what I'm doing, but just putting pieces on squares. That's about it. a4, but now you can create a pass pawn later on. Let's go h4, maybe g4, bishop e2. Now bishop f3. Probably will play h5, but then I have bishop g5, so maybe that's not ideal for him. He wants bishop c2 probably. Yeah, we'll push d4. Try and cement this as a weakness. But I'm getting seriously short of time here. Okay, I'm not sure this does much for him. Next I want... Okay, I'll go h5. Because what else, right? Knight f7 now. Yeah, rook a2. I have to try and at least bother him a little bit. Bishop e2 next. Attack f6. My position is pretty much lost. Oh, he maneuvers very nicely. But I'm not quite done yet. This one I'm not so sure about. Now he blundered. No, he didn't actually. I have to flag him. Flagsville coming. Okay, takes. Takes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go back. Oh! Threefold. A threefold. Wow. What can you do? I mean, that was a good result for me. And it was a good result for Team Polgar as well. So maybe it was just being a team player there. Because he secured them 1.5, a half lead. Okay. Let's go for Yip chess. Let's hope she doesn't have the yips today. Carissa Yip. I think she's still a junior as well from the United States of America. Let's get it going. Schade, so knapp. Yeah. Vincent is too classical. He's not enough of a hustler. Not enough of a hustler to pull that off. But his chess understanding, as you could see from that game, is sublime. Let's go c3 this time, a little bit more classical. It's becoming a theme tournament in closed ruins. And here one of the points of this line is that you can get to c2 in one go, so you don't give black time for knight a5 and then c5 if the bishop was here on b3. I played this as black and white a bunch myself. It's very interesting because there are so many positional plans for both sides. I'm gonna turn the light up a little bit. Oh, I'm getting blinded. A4 maybe. Before I go A5. Okay, this is an old favorite of mine as well. The old pinning the knight and then bring the knight to e3. Generally isn't great, but I do get some active pieces, so it's not too bad. Queen d7, she's playing very decently so far. Probably knight d8 is reasonable now. Bringing the knight to e6 later on. I had some similar game against Bruzon back in 2006. And then at some point I just went berserk and went g4, g5. I won the game, but truth be told, it was pretty unclear along the way and it wasn't obvious that I should have. Knight e7. I'm a little less sure about because I'm not sure where the knight is going from there. I would have preferred to see knight d8 and then knight e6 there. I guess this one is reasonable, but still the knight on e7 feels a bit funky. I think I'll go queen c2. I'm not worried about g5, so that's a pretty big weakening of her position. Now after knight f4, I think I will go bishop to g3. d5 doesn't feel entirely right to me. I don't think she's ready for this. And besides, once she takes an e4, I think the position is only going to open up for my pieces. I think I'll go h3 for the moment, intending knight g4. And once again, the knight on e7 is, I think, very much in the way, both from defending e5 and also now the queen doesn't protect f7, and this means that there are many tactical lines that could potentially work for me. Now I think knight g5 should be knight g4 should be fairly strong. I don't see a comfortable way to deal with the threat on e5. If queen d6, I didn't actually consider that move, but I think d4 must be strong. ed4, there's e5, and if d4, I got bishop f7 and then knight e5, and also knight e5 immediately should win. So I think I should be winning now. Knight e5, this is probably the cleanest, yeah. Bishop e5, d5 wins a piece, and otherwise also a knight e5 obviously wins. Knight ed5, I just go bishop f4 and then take an f7, and here this is carnage as well. Knight f7 with a nasty discovery, and now here I'll just take on b5, then rook a7, evolving all my guys into the play, and then later I can take on e4 and knight e5, and a bunch of material up with a winning position. Yeah, I think like the only conceptual mistake she made there in that game was knight e7. I think it's fairly instructive actually. That in itself, moving the knight is reasonable, both preparing potential d5 and also a potential c5, but probably she should have spent 2 moves rather than 1 to put it on a bear square. Okay, whom do we have now? We have oh, is it opening? Yeah, we